Good day, I'm Andrea Chizom and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, March 16. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has directed his cabinet ministers to be efficient as government moves to deliberate on matters in the public's interest.
We must take decisions quickly while examining all the perspectives of the matter before us. We must be the cascading example for efficiency in the public sector.
The Prime Minister was addressing the first sitting of the new cabinet on Tuesday. Mr. Holness said the country had high expectations and cabinet members should be focused on keeping commitments made by government. He also urged his colleagues to be fair and equitable when making decisions, insisting that the most vulnerable should be kept in mind at all times.
When we deliberate, do not be afraid to be unconventional. When we deliberate, place on the table innovative, out-of-the-box thinking, because it is through this infusion of creative thinking that we will bring solutions to the challenges and the problems of Jamaica.
Finance Minister Audley Shaw says Jamaica's fiscal rules have made provisions for a delay in the budget depending on the circumstances. Under the rules, Parliament should pass the budget before the start of the fiscal year, which begins on April 1. However, the Finance Minister has indicated that a new timetable for the 2016-2017 budget is being crafted.
When those fiscal rules were promulgated, it envisaged that if there are extenuating circumstances, such as natural disasters, not to say that the election was a natural disaster itself, but obviously that was an intervening event that is a fairly credible basis and reason why we've had to put off the tabling of the budget.
In the meantime, Minister Shaw has signaled that government will be allocating money to complete the Commission of Inquiry's report into the collapse of the financial sector in the 1990s. The collapse led to the formation of the Financial Sector Adjustment Company FinSAC to manage debts and assets. Mr. Shaw says he has already made contact to revive the completion of the report.
When I have the appropriate details, I'll bring the matter to Cabinet to get formal approval, but it is very much my intention, and I believe the Cabinet's intention, that that report should be published, so that we can commit ourselves as a government never to commit the errors of the 1990s when the entire financial sector collapsed, along with the productive sectors of the economy.
The FinSAC Commission of Inquiry, which began deliberations in 2011, says it needs additional funds to complete its report. Tax revenue at the end of January was $3.8 billion ahead of target. Tax revenue was budgeted at $319.6 billion, but $323.4 billion was collected. Despite this, total revenues are $1 billion behind the target. This has contributed to the primary balance being $1.6 billion behind the target. Nonetheless, the Economic Program Oversight Committee (EPOC) is optimistic that the country will meet the primary balance target.
Especially since the Minister of Finance has given us the assurance that in February they pull back on the expenditure. So I expect that the small 1.6 difference between the primary balance, actual and budget will not be a problem for us.
The net international reserves at the end of February was $2.2 billion, $600 million ahead of target. Meanwhile, EPOC is calling for patience as government moves to remove income tax for those earning $1.5 million or less.
I think we need to give the new administration, time to work through how are they going to fulfill this commitment. It's up to them to put the proposal on the table. When that is on the table, then we can discuss whether it is the right approach or not.
The Ministry of Education says all is in place for this year's sitting of the Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT. More than 39,000 students are registered to take the exams this Thursday and Friday at 1,090 centers across the island.
All the centers are up and running, and as far as I have checked, all systems go. We expect a very smooth examination period.
The Education Ministry is providing special accommodation for 400 special needs students, including the provision of additional time, prompters, readers, writers, large print, and break at intervals. On Thursday, all students will sit mathematics and social studies, while language arts, communication tasks, and science will be administered on Friday. And finally, the Foreign Affairs Ministry has confirmed that most of the Jamaican fishermen who were towed to Grand Cayman have been repatriated. The 31-member crew was on board a 90-foot vessel called Shiloh that left Kingston Harbor on the morning of March 6, destined for the Misteriosa Bank for 15 days. The vessel developed engine problems in Caymanian waters and was safely towed into Georgetown Harbor on Tuesday, March 8, with all crew members on board. Honorary Consul of Jamaica in Cayman, Dr. Joseph Marzuka, and Honorary Vice Consul Elaine Harris were at the dock to meet the crew upon their arrival in Georgetown. Cayman Immigration and Customs authorities interviewed the crew, all of whom were granted temporary admittance. Through the intervention and assistance of the Foreign Affairs Ministry and Jamaica's Honorary Consulate in Cayman, one fisherman left Grand Cayman for Kingston on Friday, and another 23 were repatriated by air last Sunday, March 13. 2 others will depart today. 5 of the crew have opted to remain on board the vessel until it can be towed home, including the captain, a co-owner, and the engineer. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.